Go 2-on-1. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make it as tough as I can. Give them a 2-on-1. The first thing I've got to realize, guys, is my elbow placement in this 2-on-1, I can move my arm. I don't want it back here to where I'm laying on my elbow. So let's go ahead and start with it underneath this to where I'm laying on my arm to realize and recognize this is bad position. The first thing I got to do is freak out with my hips again, but as I'm freaking out, it's going to release a little bit of pressure. I've got to push back into them. So now I'm freaking out with my hips, but I'm wiggling back. Where did my elbow go? Forward. Now I've kind of got a little bit of a post out here. I want my hand out to where I can stop the guy from turning me over. Well, my hand's occupied at the moment, so I've got to get my elbow out. That's my second best option. Plus, this arm's not underneath me. I can use it a little bit. Once I get my elbow forward, I'm going to rock and punch. What did that give me? Space. So I rock to the side and I punch. Did my hips turn? No. I don't rock to the side and turn my hips. I'll get tilted. Which, hopefully, you guys wrestle enough, you got to feel not to do that. Punch. Once I get the space, my elbow goes under, and I hit this guy as hard as I can with my elbow. I am not nice here. I don't try and push it off. I've got to get his hand off my wrist. Off as hard as I can. Once I get the cross wrist off, I'm in pretty good shape, because then we can roll. And now where am I at? Last drill, right? Get that space, clear out, and score. Again. Wiggle back, get my elbow out. There we go. Good shape. Punch. Pop it off. Now I'm ready to go. Roll it out. Build your base and score. Again, get your elbow out. Don't do this. Now I got both arms tied up. Or even if I do clear it, I'll pull this one off, and then he changes, grab my other one. And he's got the other 2-on-1. This hand is to push back with. As I wiggle, push my elbow out. Pop him off, roll my wrist. Then I'm ready to get out. Any questions? Yes, sir. Make sure you're punching away. Some guys will try and go to the wrong side in here until they get a feel for it. I'm punching that fist out to give myself space to clear it. Go! And I start to come up. As soon as I start to slide and give space, you guys felt it, right? There's a tight waist there. He's going to sink the tight waist in. People drill this to death. They want to come in and try and force that sit or force your base. And when I come up, he starts driving over me. He either tilts me or gets the cross wrist. As soon as I feel that tight waist sink in, he's trying to gut wrench me that way. That's what I want you guys to think. Would I ever have this hip on the mat when I'm about to get gut wrenched, right? Big swim, small swim. That's basically what I'm doing. I've got to get this far hip down to beat his tight waist. Now he was trying to gut wrench me that way. This looks like a lot better, except I'm just going to continue my swim. I'm going to push back into him, and again, I'll give you an option. You can either push back. I kind of use my elbow or my hand here, because I don't want this guy to have a chance to throw a leg or something like that. Just block him out, push back in, and go to your sit out. Or he's got his tight waist sunk. I big swim. I get him to the other side. I'm going to slide my knee through and come back to my base. And then get to your sit out. Now, one quick thing on your swim. And it's driving me crazy. I really can't get my guys to do it or commit to it. When I swim, I'm not trying to build my base. I'm trying to trap his arm. When I go to swim, I don't do that. I'm not trying to get height to build my base. Pull your tight waist out. Sink the other one. He'll just switch on you and go to the other side. And then I just end this never-ending swim battle. Get your original tight waist in. When I swim, I try and trap his arm on the mat. Here. I'm laying on that arm. Now pull your arm out. It's real tough to get out. You're wearing a singlet, it'll get it out, but it gives me a half a second to beat the guy. So when I swim, I think about swimming and putting my armpit on the mat. This is where I want to get flat, as much weight as I can. Now I can push back in. You can even push the guys all the way back through. You might even catch them if they're lazy on their side. Go to your side. You might even catch them on their side to where I can push back in and possibly get into one of these guys. So start down. You can either clear the 2-on-1 or build your base. Once I get aside and I start to build, there's the tight waist. I got to go now, now, now. Swim, push him back, attack my sit. I'm a high turn guy. That's where I'm going. Questions? And he's dead.